Blankety Blank was a British comedy game show based on the 1977–79 Australian game show Blankety Blanks. The British version ran from the 18th of January 1979 to the 12th of March 1990 on BBC One. Hosted first by Terry Wogan from 1979 until 1983, followed by Les Dawson from 1984 until 1990. Regular members of the celebrity panel on this version included Kenny Everett, Lorraine Chase, Gareth Hunt, Gary Davies, and Cheryl Baker. A revival hosted by Paul O'Grady was produced by the BBC from the 26th of December 1997 to the 28th of December 1999, followed by ITV from the 7th of January 2001 to the 10th of August 2002. This version was produced by the Reg Grundy organisation, then Thames Television. Format: Main game. 2 contestants competed. The contestants were always a man and a woman or 2 women. At no point did 2 men compete head-to-head. The object was to match the answers of as many of the 6 celebrity panelists as possible on fill-in-the-blank statements. The main game was played in 2 rounds. The contestant was given a choice of 2 statements labeled either A or B. The host then read the statement. When Les Dawson became the host, the program did away with the A or B choice, but this was reinstated when Lily Savage became the host. Frequently, the statements were written with comedic, double entendre answers in mind. A classic example: did you catch a glimpse of that girl on the corner? She has the world's biggest blank. While the contestant pondered her answer, the 6 celebrities wrote their answers on index cards. After they finished, the contestant was asked for her answer. Frequently, the audience responded appropriately as the host critiqued the contestant's answer. The host then asked each celebrity, one at a time, beginning with number 1 in the upper left-hand corner, to give her response. The contestant earned 1 point for each celebrity who wrote down the same answer, up to a maximum of 6 points for matching everyone. After play was completed on the contestant's question, the host read the statement on the other card for the challenger and play was identical. The challenger again began round 2, with 2 new questions, unless she matched everyone in the first round. Only celebrities that a contestant didn't match could play this round. Tiebreaker rounds. If the players had the same score at the end of regulation, a tiebreaker was used that reversed the gameplay. The contestants would write their answers first on a card in secret, then the celebrities were canvassed to give their answers. The first celebrity response to match a contestant's answer gave that contestant the victory. If there were still no match, the round was replayed with a new question. Supermatch. A fill-in-the-blank phrase was given, and it was up to the contestant to choose the most common response based on a studio audience survey. After consulting with 3 celebrities on the panel for help, the contestant had to choose an answer. The answers were revealed after that. The most popular answer in the survey was worth 150 blanks, the second most popular 100 blanks, and the third most popular 50. If a contestant failed to match any of the 3 answers, the bonus round ended. Another game was played with 2 new players, and the one who amassed the most from the supermatch won the game. Here, they could win a better prize. The player chose one of the celebrities who would write down their answer to a word blank phrase. The player would then give their answer. If they matched, they won, and if not, they didn't. Supermatch prizes. Prizes on British game shows of the 1980s seem very poor by modern standards. The Independent Broadcasting Authority restricted prize values on ITV shows, and BBC programme prizes were worth even less because the corporation felt it inappropriate to spend licence payers' money on such things. As a result, the poor quality prizes became a running joke throughout the show's various runs, particularly during the Dawson era. Dawson drew attention to the fact that the prizes were less than mediocre, not pretending that the show had fabulous prizes, as others did, but making a joke of it. Dawson affectionately ridiculed the show with dialogue such as, "And for the benefit of anyone who hasn't got an Argos catalogue, here's some of the rubbish you might be saddled with tonight." On one memorable occasion, the 300 blank star prize was a trip on Concorde. As the audience clapped and cheered appreciatively, Les waved them down with "Don't get excited, it goes to the end of the runway and back." Most famously was the consolation prize, the Blankety Blank checkbook and pen, which Les would often call the Blankety Blank checkpen and book. The checkbook consisted of the cheap-looking silver trophy in the shape of a checkbook. When one contestant had won nothing, Les rolled his eyes and asked her, "I bet you wish you'd have stopped at home and watched Crossroads. Do you want me to lend you your bus fare home?" However, despite Les's constant jibing of the consolation prize, the checkbook and pen are now worth a great deal, as they were never commercially available and only a limited number were made. By the time of the 1990s revival, the IBA prize limits had been lifted, and the star prize was generally a holiday. Wogan's wand. When he was host, Terry Wogan had an unusual stick-like microphone. It was modeled on the Sony ECM51, Gene Rayburn's microphone from the 1973 to 1982 American version, but was, in fact, an ECM50 mounted on a car radio aerial. He always referred to it as Wogan's wand. On one memorable occasion, Kenny Everett bent it in half. This led to a running gag on Everett's subsequent appearances on the show, when he would come up with new ways of damaging the wand, such as attempting to cut it in half with shears. In his very first show when he took over from Wogan, Les Dawson broke Wogan's wand in half, muttering, "Been wanting to do that for years." Wogan himself destroyed the wand on a Children in Need one-off special in the 2000s. Return. Blankety Blank returned to British screens as a one-off edition as part of the BBC's annual Children in Need telethon, in which Terry Wogan reprised his role as the host of the show, accompanied by his wand microphone. The contestants were impressionists John Coleshaw and Jan Ravens from Dead Ringers. In 2006, the show was brought back, this time as an interactive DVD game, with Terry once again reprising his role of host and once again being accompanied by his magic wand-type microphone. However, the theme tune to the DVD game is not the original theme, but a version that was used for the ITV revival. A one-off edition was shown on the 21st of April 2007 as part of Game Show Marathon hosted by Vernon Kay. Another special edition of the program was recorded, in aid of Comic Relief's 24-hour panel People, on the 6th of March 2011. The recording was broadcast live on the Red Nose Day website and, in an edited version, on BBC Three on the 14th of March. The panelists were Barbara Windsor, David Tennant, Stacey Solomon, David Williams, George Lamb and Keith Harris and Orval. The contestants were Lee Ryan and Duncan James. Paul O'Grady returned as host, this time as himself. Spoofs. The program was spoofed in a 1986 episode of the BBC sitcom Filthy Rich and Catflap under the title OOER. Sounds a bit rude. Another spoof was shown in 2003 as part of Comic Relief, taking the form of a Lost Wogan-era episode with Peter Serafinovich as Wogan. The celebrities were Willie Rushton, Sue Pollard, Johnny Rotten, Ruth Maddock, Freddie Starr, and Liza Goddard. Sterling Gallagher and Kevin Eldon played the two contestants, while Paul Putner was the star prize of a chauffeur. The skit began with one of the Wogan-era opening sequences, and featured an accurately rebuilt set. In December 2010, Radio 4's afternoon drama was Checkbook and Pen, a pastiche on Les Dawson's taking over the show. Co-written by and starring Johnny Vegas. Transmissions. Series Christmas specials. All the Christmas specials were aired on BBC One.